Hello and welcome to the Chris Kennedy Publishing 2024 second quarter, looking at the year ahead. Thanks for coming. For anyone that doesn't know who I am, I think everybody does. I'm Chris Kennedy. CKP started about 10 years ago. There are 6 active imprints. We're going to blaze through a lot of them because we have a lot of things coming, a lot of cool things to show you. CKP's had 10 Dragon Award finalists, currently around 35 authors writing, at least part-time for CKP. So here we go. On your mark, get set, boom. First imprint, CKPI. CKP last year we did over 220 titles in German, Spanish, and French. There'll be a little fewer this year, but it's going to be a lot more focused. As you can see, last year through the gate in Spanish, French, German. All right, so the main sci-fi imprint, which is Aony Books. And I don't know if anybody here has been to a Main Road show ever. Okay, so if a slide comes up with no information on it and you're able to say what it is, there are free books down here that you'll be the winner of. So here we go.
Salvage.
It's a book. It's a book.
It's a hyenas. It's the oh damn it!
It's not hyenas.
It's Melissa's book. It's
Melissa's book.
Well, late, everything's been Melissa's book.
Right.
Rob, don't let me forget to pay you for that one.
Okay.
It's still your month.
Is that close enough?
It's close enough.
Yes, I get free shit. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll start with the salvage title universe. Current series is the Coalition. There have been 19 books published in it by more than 10 authors. The plus sign is because there's been a couple anthologies, so there's been a lot of people, but 10 main authors. More to come in 2024. Melissa, why don't you stand and tell us what you got? Grab a mic. Just grab a mic.
Right here, you should be okay.
Actually,
you can't reach.
I can't grab the gear
That's Casey.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kate. Thank you, Casey. Hey guys. Okay, so I can no longer see the screen, but I'm going to wing it. So, Fallout on Darsana.
Yep.
That's the one.
So far, so
That's the
good.
name. That one just came out. That one was mine. I will have the 4th one hopefully to off by the end of the year. We have Nick Stevenson and Jason Cordova working on the first 2 books of the next series, which is all about.
You're jumping ahead.
I am. I can see the slide.
Come over here. Come here.
Talk about Daughter of Shippo and Space
Okay.
Hyenas.
All right. So, Salvage Money was supposed to be a trilogy. Oops.
CKP trilogy.
CKP trilogy. It's fine. So, Daughter of Shippo will be the 4th book that will come out, and that will tie up Kaylee's story. I think.
I think, yeah.
I think.
But I was waiting.
I think. And then with Hyenas, so Nick Stevenson, my evil twin, and I have promised y'all more. So we have the 4th one that we are going to write this summer and get to the boss, hopefully in time for September. And that one will be Capers and Chaos. And there will be chaos. I mean, that is involved, so.
Cheers.
We'll get to David in a second. You already started talking
I
about
did. I'm
the
sorry, I skipped you,
multi-front
David.
series.
So the Multi-Front series, that is a placeholder series title because Space Dad, aka Kevin Stevenson, agreed that we need something a little bit oomphier.
Jazzy.
Oomphier. Yes, we are going to, it will be oomphier. So Nick and Jason Cordova are co-writing the first 2 books. I've read the first one. I am smug. It's awesome. The second
That
one
would be
is,
Salvage Purgatory?
that would be Salvage Purgatory. Salvage Imperium is almost done. Like, I should have it in my grubby little hands next week. Almost done. And everybody dies, spoiler alert. It's Jason!
And Nick.
Is
That
anybody
is
shocked that
Jason.
Jason kills everybody?
Everybody.
I think we'd be more surprised if he didn't.
Oh, well, actually, everybody lives,
Right.
so.
Aw, no bloodbath.
Which
Okay,
time did she lie? We
Are
don't
you
know.
good?
I'm good. We can hand it over to David.
Okay. Dave?
David!
You didn't say who you were. I mean,
Everybody knows who I am, right?
Susan!
Sound is better.
So I'm David Allen Jones. I
There you
wrote
are.
Scholarship, which was the second. Oh, thank you. It was the second for a Jude young adult novel, and I'm also writing a trilogy in the Salvage title universe. The first two books are out. And the third one is going to be Salvage Race, and this is tying up the trilogy. So if you are reading that one, it's going to tie up the relationship between Simeon, who started out basically as a slave, and his princess that he was serving, and the two of them got into a relationship in book 2 when they were impressed into a solar civil war. And so book 3 is going to tie all of that up.
Yay!
you just set it down there.
Everybody.
Yeah. All right.
Everybody
so
can
we
get
covered that. What series is this?
John Sears.
Lunar Free State.
You already got one. Lunar Free State.
Oh,
Yeah.
You want a book or you want to pick somebody?
I love you more.
Who wants a book?
Yeah.
All right, this is John Sears, Lunar Free State. State of play for this, 10 books have been released. The last one that was the main storyline novel was Stand on Xanadu. He had a tie-in novel, which was Aphrodite of Luna. But there is more to come. It is not over. I have in my hot little hands 3-player game.
yes.
That will be out July 5th, and there is more to come on that.
Looks nice.
Dinley. Yeah, too late for Dinley. Okay, so that's Abner Fortas, ISMC. If you haven't read it, it's
You need to.
Abner is a space marine, and he tends to find all the bad stuff. Anything goes wrong, you can expect Abner to be in there.
He's a spy.
Dinley stands for Do It, Not Like It. That is the Space Marine credo, and he lives it every day. The latest book so far out is book 10, which is Holy War. Came out about 3 weeks ago. And coming this summer, probably later into the fall, Fortis number 11, which will be War Criminal,
Yes.
and then Dinley.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great series.
All right.
Yes.
Vortex Stingray.
You gotta pick somebody.
That's an I Can Bury one. Well, you can get a book. All right, I Can Bury. Talk to us about.
Guardian Covenant. So we have 4 books released so far. Book 5 is on track to be Kevin Steverson, but it might be me or Chris. It just kind of depends. We got 3 books that come out in fairly rapid succession. But if you're familiar with the series, I'm covering what's happening on the colony planet of Lewa. Chris is covering what's happening on the colony planet of Truk 7, and it's been determined that that not only are there human survivors back on Earth that they thought had been lost to the Gimfa. Everybody knows what Gimfa stands for, right?
Yeah.
Giant motherfucking aliens. So it's been determined that not only are there humans still alive on Earth, but they're starting to fight back. And so Kevin Steverson will be taking on what's going on Earth. And our eventual, what we're planning on this is that all 3 storylines are going to converge with a couple of novels, and we'll complete the series at about 12 books, probably sometime 2025, 2026.
So what exactly do they get with Guardian Covenant? You didn't really say.
Oh, so Guardian Covenant. Anybody like Pacific Rim, the first movie? We don't talk about the second.
Yes.
Gundam.
Yeah.
Big honking robots fighting big aliens. That's what we're talking about here. And this is not exactly the real art, but if you've been paying attention to the series, this is where we're going to go next with what's happening on Layla. This is a guardian that flies. And her name is Cutlass Scion.
I love it.
All right. Moving right along, ought to be able to get this one. Oops. If you can't,
God.
that's war. There you go. All right. Larry,
Pick somebody.
Yeah, go ahead, Larry.
Larry, you got it.
All right, I'll take one.
All
All
right.
right. So William S. Frisbee Jr., that is obviously God's War, which is currently 99 cents this weekend. So if you haven't picked up God's War, pick up God's War while it's super cheap. There are currently 10 books written. He is working on another book, and then he'll write the next arc, which is 11 to 14, and that will tie up the series. Like I said, grab God's War right now.
Another fantastic series.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't read it, you should.
Be ready to spend some money.
Okay,
It's good.
then there's this Fred Hughes guy
Yeah.
who writes the Prince of Britannia. That one just came out. Prince Dominator came out last week. Went right up to about 500 in the store. Was #1 across a couple different categories. Well worth reading. The series is great. That is Prince Dominator. In July 19th, on July 19th, we'll have Prince Imperator, which will be the end of the series. So if you haven't come in on the Prince of Britannia, now's the time. It's almost done. He will then transition into the Scions of Britannia, and you can see the titles there. So that's coming later toward the end of this year.
Hey.
Come on up, Joe.
Joe.
I had to talk to you this time.
Everybody gets to talk.
Everybody talk.
Book 3 is ready.
Yay!
Book 3 is coming out May 3rd.
I heard book 3 is
Book 3 is
chonky.
actually, it is not as chunky as book 2. I was shocked.
It's pretty damn cheap.
We like thick
600
books that we
pages.
cannot lie.
600 pages.
It's got a ghost ship. It's got the Bermuda Triangle in space. It's got space pirates. It's got life debts. It's got romance. It's got. You got to read the book to find out whether Chalk buys the farm. So you do.
I know the inside story.
He's read the book.
Next on Inside Edition.
That's right.
Oh, wait, there's more.
Oh, and car chase and Assassins Come for Charlie, and
Yeah.
you know, just anything fun you can think of. I tried to put it in there. So
Yay!
And it's
Yay.
great job of it.
May 3rd.
thank you, May 3rd.
Diane.
Bring us D2 Brew.
Seventh Shaman. Pick some. Oh, get a book if you want.
Get up
Or
on
pick somebody.
Come on up, Diane.
Let's go, Diane.
Let's go, Diane.
Well, I've got 4 out so far. There's going to be 7 books in the series. The 5th one comes out May 17th. And I learned an awful lot about volcanoes writing and Navy SEAL training.
That looks really bad.
What?
The volcano looks bad.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks good, but
But
the
it's
situation
bad
looks bad.
bad things happen. Who has to deal with a volcano? And he's left in charge of evacuating villagers because everybody else in charge is not in condition to do so. And he's a trainee. He's not even, I mean, he's the top cadet of the training class. So, here we go. I'm just getting a start on book 6, and there will be 7 books in the series.
All right, here's one that is near and dear to my heart.
Brand new.
Oh, boy.
Brand new art.
Companion of Ghosts.
Oh, that's
Hot
pretty.
chicks on Mars. I heard it. I heard it over here.
Somebody
Chris.
said,
That's exactly it.
It's what?
Casey Zell's new series.
Well, it's Casey Azel's new series, but
with
there's
some
somebody
other guy.
else.
I expect you, I have not seen this.
Chris, get a book, respect back somebody.
Somebody been keeping secrets.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Chris Kennedy.
You need a tiara.
Hi, I'm Chris Kennedy.
Well, now it's even more.
I didn't know there was a camera. Hello, camera. Okay. Yes, hi. Actually, I'm Casey Zell, and you are looking at the cover to The Conqueror's Promise, which is book 3 in the Ashes of Fantasia series, which is the space opera series that I created with the help of the actual Chris Kennedy.
Hey!
So here's the deal. I have 2 children, and I am a woman, so that makes me a mom.
Weird.
At least that's how I identify, as a mom. And I don't know shit about being a dad, right? So I was like, all right, well, I need a dad to help me write these books really, really fast. Hey, Chris.
I have been a dad and am one still.
Yes.
To this day.
To this day, he remains a dad. So, those of you who've read The Queen's Fixer know that it's, yes, The Queen's Fixer was book 1 in the series. It came out last month. We got a unicorn already, you guys. That's all you and all of you in internet land. I love you in internet land. Yes, so The Queen's Fixer is book 1, and it is a story of interstellar intrigue and found family, and what will you do for the children you love, regardless of who gave birth to them. The second book in the series is The King's Daughter, also by myself and Chris Kennedy. This was the point at which I was like, yo, I need a dad. I mean, I have a dad. He's great, but he's not a writer, so.
So I'm the surrogate.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sort of, yeah. Ish, yeah.
Definitely heavy on the ish.
I needed fatherly representation. Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
So not a writer, Daddy?
No.
Oh. Different.
Yeah.
In the world.
Very, very different.
Bad peacemaker. Bad.
Yeah, no.
Shush.
Not my kink, man. Not here to judge, but not my kink. Okay. So anyway, King's Daughter. Hey, that comes out like next week. So go get that one because it's awesome. And it continues the theme of found family and what will you do for the children that you may have no genetic connection to, and also what is it like to float in space for 500 years? I don't know. So that's book 2 next week, April 26th. Check that out. Also, The Conqueror's Promise will be out at the end of May. So that is the completed opening trilogy of the Ashes of Fantasia series. Now you'll note that I said opening trilogy, not closing trilogy. That's because this series is still going, y'all. We are doing an anthology that is slated for July 26th of this year. And I have invited several very talented writers to join me in writing for the Ashes of Fantasia series. This is really hard to say quickly. And I can't reveal the table of contents yet because not everyone has turned in their stories yet because the deadline's not till May. But you guys, there's some phenomenal stories coming in into this series. So stay tuned. It's going to be a wild ride. And I'm looking forward to bringing you a lot of really great space opera fiction for a very long time. So.
All right, next up. Come on, sing along with the Beatles. Say we got a revolution.
Well, you know.
Okay, very good. Soul Saga, James Fox, this series is complete right now. Revolution, Retaliation, and Revelation. However, the universe is not finished. There will be another trilogy afterwards, so please jump in on it. All right, now I'm going to push the way back button. Everyone ready for the way back button?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Whoa.
4 years ago.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of beer later.
Seraphim, no. Okay, 4 years ago, there was this guy called Chris Maddox who wrote Devil Calls the Two.
Yes.
And then he disappeared.
Yeah, he did.
And we've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And out of nowhere, he turned in the next story. And I said, well, holy shit. I mean, that's pretty much what I said.
That's pretty much what I said, yeah, exactly.
So the second title is Devil's Outpost. And he had this great, cover for the first one that sold a ton of books. So we had to do something, equally good. It's 4 years of interest building up on it. So there it is. And Devil's Outpost. Coming June 7th. That's new art, never seen before. There you go.
Beautiful.
So jump on
What is this?
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Oh, is it?
it. Okay, what launched today? Besides Paladin.
Bill Fawcett.
Bill Fawcett. Who said Bill Fawcett back there?
Never again.
This side, somebody like
Whoever did get a book.
Who's shady?
Oh, good
There's
shit.
shade.
Somebody shady.
I know
Who
what
wants
to
one? Who wants?
Greg.
Greg. Go get a book, Greg.
We get a book. All right. So this is the Blood and Armor series. The first book, Never Again, is out today. Bill Fawcett. You may or may not know Bill Fawcett, but he's been around in the science fiction fantasy community for a long time. Did a lot of work with gaming. You may have heard of this thing called the Dragon Awards. That's his baby. So I'm hoping that he awards himself the Dragon Award. Except unless Casey gets it for Queen's Fixer. Anyway, so Never Again, No Fail, which is the second one. And then No Farther, which is the second and third are with Casey Moores. May 24th, June 28th. And then book 4. You want to say anything about it?
Well, Casey just hit 42,000 words on the dot today. We are at the perfect number, I'm just saying. And, by the way, the title, Forlorn Hope.
Nice.
I got
Forlorn
permission.
Hope, I should.
I got permission.
Okay, cool. The book itself, Never Again, is out on Amazon, both ebook and print. Right now, the audiobook is on the CKP website. You can just click on Never Again, and that'll give you the option to pick it up. It'll eventually be out on Audible and everywhere else. This one is going wide, so it'll be Findaway, Chirp, all of everything, plus Audible and Amazon ACX. All right, how about some new art?
Oh, okay. We love art. Oh.
Whoa.
David, where'd you go?
Who's
Talk about shine.
Hey!
I have something to say here. But this is actually.
Slide over wheel
Camera.
TV.
Sorry,
Perfect.
everyone.
Yeah, there you are.
Up here, this is Bill Webb's kind of brainchild.
Speaking to the mic.
Sorry. All right, so Shattering History's Mirror, I believe, is the final title on it.
That's what it says.
What do you guys think of the cover?
It's gorgeous.
Okay. He came up with this idea of pulling Patreon members together and say, who wants to join in and do a anthology? It's all alternate history, but he gave the requirement that everything has to be one small part, insignificant thing that changes, and it changes everything else. So a lot of us joined in and said, sure, we'll do it. My story in here is Fortunate Fall, which has to be with April 3rd, 1882, when Jesse James was assassinated. And what happens if that didn't happen and occur? So we'll just say organized crime looks a lot more like a Stetson. So, but this ranges from, Bill's kept it very close to the vest. I don't know a lot of the stories. Let anybody
You can
read
look
them.
at you can look at the cover and pretty much tell anything from a Roman legionnaire, medieval king, astronaut, Wild West. You know, it goes through history.
Now, one thing Bill did after everybody started turning to their stories is like, oh yeah, by the way, if people like your story, be ready to write a trilogy. I think he took lessons from somebody. So he messaged me earlier when I said, what do you want me to say about your anthology? He goes, tell the audience if they like any of the stories, let the big man in charge know so he knows who to start directing ideas to. All right? Anything else?
Sign up for that 3-book
Okay, and then I have one more series to talk about. I don't have art for it yet, but I have all 3 books in hand and they're scheduled. It is The Outer Reaches by Pete Alden, who's written 1 book in the Four Horsemen universe, so you may know him, and A.J. Gordon. The first book is Iconic, written by the pair of them. Then Quaestor, which is Pete Alden, and then Far Horizon. So that'll be coming out, boom, boom, boom. New art coming soon. Yeah, Pete's a super good guy. All right, Blood Moon Press. Primarily known for Fallen World.
Hey.
20 books so far. The latest was Truth and Consequences. There are still more to come. I expect that the series will tie up in 2025. That will include about 4 more books by Chris Woods and I. Maybe two by him, 2 by me, or maybe 3 co-writes. But you know, there are still things that have to be done in the Fallen World, and we intend to do them. And the clowns must die.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, New Mythology Press. Kevin is working on.
Who are you?
Who are you?
My name is Casey Zell.
There we are.
I am missing my tiara.
You should have provided it yourself.
Oh, I now providing my tiara.
Yeah.
My name is Rob Howell, and I run New Mythology Press for Chris, so I have that great honor. We'll start quickly. I've got to run through a bunch of stuff before we get to some of the other series later on. Kevin is finishing up a Beast. He keeps telling me it's going to be out every little bit, but he's working on it. I know he's getting closer.
We're not sure when released is going to be released.
Yeah. But we're waiting on it, and I really want to see the end of the series. I've really enjoyed the first 2 books, and so I'm anxious to see the end of the series and how it will go. Same sort of thing with Responsibility of the Crown. This is from Scott Huggins. Scott is the first person to have won both Bain short story contests, the science fiction and fantasy one. He is discovering, however, that writing a trilogy and getting all of the story arc to work is a little bit more challenging than maybe a short story is, and that's been the biggest delay. But he said he was right around. He said he'd gotten the last hurdle cleared, and he's now in the finishing touches. So I expect to get this out sometime in the summer. Similar story with Trisha. Trilogies are difficult. If you're doing a single story arc and it's your first time ever doing it, I discovered this myself with one project I was working on. So she's discovering and wrapping it up in a unit to make it all work together. It's tough, but she also is getting really close. She had hoped to get it to me by the end of March. That didn't happen. But she is right there at the end. So again, expect to come out in the summer or early fall. All right, here's one that did get complete. This is Chris Nuttall's Heirs of Cataclysm series. This is fantastic, post-apocalyptic, post-magical apocalyptic, swords and sorcery. It's fantastic stuff, lots of action, lots of energy, explosions, and bad guys, and great stuff. It's Chris Nuttall, what do you expect? And then there's me. This is
Hey!
If you'd like to pick up a book, come back next week.
Yeah, it's sad. Amazon promised me that they were going to deliver books to me last week, and then they lied. So I have a bunch of books to give away sitting at home.
Next time.
Yeah.
LibertyCon.
Yes.
LibertyCon.
I will have some books at LibertyCon. This is the Fire Off Sagas, which includes a whole bunch of stuff. But this series right here are the fantasy mysteries that I wrote involving Edward as the main hero as he discovers the Empire of Macaire is an interesting place, far too interesting for the likes of him, but what are you going to do? So you keep plugging away. But I'm announcing today that there is a companion volume coming out. This is new. My mom has wanted something for her birthday. Conveniently enough, my mom was born on May 15th, so conveniently enough, on May 14th, we're going to release this companion volume. This collects all the short stories I've written in this universe. It adds some of the historical documents, some of the poetry I put in that nobody has ever seen before that I'm excited to show off, including, and then there's some commentary on what I was thinking on. And finally, there's a short story that I wrote specifically for that volume. So I'm excited to put that out. And again, Jake,
Thanks, Mom.
Yes. Thanks, Mom. All right. Hey, look, it's the Legion of Core. Come on. There's lots to talk about here.
How you guys doing?
Hey!
Cheers.
Do you have any slides for me, or is that it?
That's your slide. You guys are to talk.
All right.
Shady.
I told you, you're already up there.
Hey, yeah, you're not getting out of this, buddy.
Get it on.
All right. So, book 6 of the Legion of Chords, House of Owls.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Oh, yeah, I'm John R. Oswald. Now, maybe one of the important things about being an author, working under another author in a series is she brought us beer.
Yeah!
And it's a very good beer. However, book 6 is coming out in Legion of Chords at the end of this year. It'll be House of Owls.
Yes!
And as part of Pixel's deal to help recruit Liam, she got out of an arranged marriage. Not everyone's happy with that deal. However, not only is book 6 coming, but the Legion of Chords universe is growing. We have 2 spin-off trilogies coming. Haley, want to talk about yours?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Hi, I'm Haley. I'm H. McGregor. It's a thing. So this time last year, actually, or a little over a year ago, FantaSci, I was having a conversation about what I was doing with my future, my writing life, and Oz leans across the table and goes, "How do you feel about writing urban fantasy?" And then I became the victim of a couple of incomplete series. No, I became the victim of a couple of incomplete series. So I am working on the Black Cloud trilogy. It will be a rapid release trilogy. So once I have the 3rd novel complete, we will start scheduling those. I have finished the first one. The second one is in production, pending some notes, but we're working on that one. I'm hoping to have it wrapped sooner than the end of the year. So this one is going to do Slavic mythology and expand on a lot of the stuff that Oz has done. It's pretty exciting. So.
Charlie says hey.
And I just received an awesome pitch from
Oh, hey.
David Shadowan.
Who's this guy?
Step into the camera. There you go.
Step into the camera.
Tell people who you are.
Who are you?
Hello, I'm Shady, and I have a writing problem. And so I got myself involved in another project, starting with co-writing a short in the recently released Paladins of Valor.
You can buy it here.
Yeah, you can get it, if you're here, you can get it here.
And we'll sign it
And
for
if
you.
you're online, you can get it at Amazon,
Yeah.
for sure.
It will not be signed.
But yeah, so we wrote a short about a paladin, one of the 4 paladins from ancient Burmese legend, and you can expect that. And I know Rob really enjoyed talking about that mythos, so you can expect that eventually I will get back around to that. However, the pitch that Oz is referring to, currently tentatively called the Swords Under Heaven trilogy, will delve deep into the Japanese mythos, and you'll see maybe a little bit of a throwback to Arthurian legend as well.
One of my favorite aspects of the Milesian Accords that John's done and is happening is how he pulls from so many different mythological traditions and binds them together in a whole. And I'm really excited to see already some of what Haley and Shady will be adding to it. But it's a great world, and it's been a lot of fun for me to get a chance to read it. And then, hey, look, FantaSci anthologies. We got the 5th one here, Paladins of Valor.
Both Rob and I have the whole thing, so if you want one, come get it, and grab all the people that are here and give them something.
Paladins, we're doing a release party tomorrow. That's when I'll really talk about it. 5 p.m. We'll be talking more about it and have a bunch of the authors there. I want to say one thing. Currently, it's 4th in the new releases in FantaSci anthologies. If all of you buy tonight, there's a chance that tomorrow we can have an orange tag at that panel. I'm just saying.
Challenge delivered.
But yeah, a lot of great authors, and this was really hard to. Like Sarah Hoyt wasn't on the cover, I don't think. Yeah, Sarah Hoyt was Team Ann Moore to show you how deep this particular volume was.
Wow.
So now let's get into some quick business things. We need more novels. We've done a lot of short stories through Mythology Press, and I'm ecstatic with what we've done. But it's time for us to get more of these turned into stories and get some new blood in to write as well. So early part of June, we'll be doing an open call. Tell everybody who's interested in writing. I want any kind of fantasy. I don't really care. I just want high action stuff. I want to know what you plan for a series is. I need to know at least a trilogy. Hey, we're Chris Kennedy. We got any minimums of trilogies. So we need to have some taste of it. Give me a pitch, and let me see where we can go with it. But June 1st to 10th, send me stuff, rob@chriskennedypublishing.com, or reach out to me via any of the other channels like Discord or whatever. But yeah, I want to see as many different fantasy novel ideas as we can get. I want to see what we can do to broaden out what we're putting out.
First time ever, CKP Open Submission Call.
Hey, look, we have a mailing list now, thanks to the amazing Casey. Yes, thanks to the amazing me. But yes, if you're interested in the mailing list, we have bookmarks that have the QR code on the back. Join it. Casey's did some neat stuff. We've had a bunch of author bios from Paladins. We've got a bunch more stuff coming out, and that she's got some neat ideas planned. Really been a lot of fun. She's doing a lot of things that I would have never thought of, but she's smarter than me. So there you go.
Great.
She's awesome.
She's pretty good.
She's a genius.
Rob, say your
I paid
email.
them.
Say your email again. I don't want to type it in the notes, but say your email again.
My email at chriskennedypublishing.com is rob@chriskennedypublishing.com.
1B.
One B.
Okay.
All right. We have a Discord channel. We're doing a lot of great conversations there. Come join us. I have a QR code for that as well, or you can get with me. Send me an email at rob@chriskennedypublishing.com, and I'll send you a link. But wait, there's
Oh, I don't
there's
think
wait,
she
there's
can
more. Many of the authors are there. John's there all the time. Haley's on it. Shady's on it. A bunch of others. We've got a lot of great fans. We're talking about any kind of books or movies or TV shows or games, whatever in the fantasy genre. It's not just CKP stuff. It's a bunch of people who like talking about fantasy stories and whatever. Charlie Cox has asked a question every
We
week.
love Charlie.
Love you, Charlie. She's been driving a lot of what's going on there. She always asks some neat questions on Tuesdays about, sometimes it's a writing trick, sometimes it's about favorite games, whatever. She comes up with a bunch of neat stuff. So we've always got some great conversations there.
And then last, but certainly not least, there's this thing called the Seven Seal Press, which has 93 books.
Yes!
You can see that somebody asked me today, they said, well, hey, isn't there more than one series? Well, yes, there's actually 7.
Oh, weird.
And you can see them all there. Currently, the one that is in work is...
Phoenix Initiative.
Phoenix Initiative.
Hey.
Okay, look, pick 2 people. You pick 2 people.
Oh, shit.
Who wants a book? Raise your hand.
I pick you.
You.
I think
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk anymore. All right, so the Phoenix Initiative. Right now, that has 12 books so far.
Hey, look at this one.
Oh my God! And
I don't sleep much.
so, that was completely the change. That's the most recent one. It'll probably top out about 20, and then something else is going to happen. If you want to find out what, then you need to come to the current state of the 4-HU tomorrow at 3 o'clock in Camellia. And we will talk about where it is and where it's going.
New art.
I don't want to spoil the surprise, so come back tomorrow. However, still coming up here in this, we've got this one.
Brand new art.
Yes. Oh, shit.
Who are you?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Kevin Eicher.
Yeah, you are!
You left me the empty one and took the
All right, anybody know what this is?
You're
I heard somebody say it. Euro 42. This is
Not like it doesn't say it right there.
So this is the brand new, never released before, right now cover art for Euro 42. A new anthology done by Maya Cleve and myself, and I am going to announce the table of contents for you. So, table of contents includes such amazing authors as Lorenzo Wolf, John Osborne, Mark Stallings, Kevin Steverson, Matt Novotny, Casey Moores, Rob Howell writing with Dan Bridgewater, a phenomenal entry by everybody who loves Charlie Cox.
Charlie!
Way to go, Charlie.
If you love Gunpowder Geishas, Carolyn Kempis. The anchor story is by far one of the darkest stories in the Horseman universe. By far, it's written by Nick Steverson.
Checks
It ties into the next to last story, which is one by myself.
Yay!
But leading off our anthology, we're still waiting for the official title to come in, but New York Times bestselling author Jonathan Mayberry will be playing.
Alrighty, I will show the cover to that in just a second, but we have more new art. But wait, there's more.
Oh, shit.
I guess somebody just recognized their book.
Holy shit, Shannon.
Come on up.
This is very noir. So noir.
There's
Oh, shit.
Hi, I'm Dave
Bill
Shadoy.
Webb's also in your.
Brief.
2 minutes.
Okay, so Companion to Ghosts is a continuation of the Companions trilogy, or not trilogy, but series within the Four Horsemen universe. This is, as you can probably tell from the cover art, a very noir story. But we still have the Casper, we still have the Epic Shadow, and we have a taxi. So, I wrote this one with Dave Shadoin. Dave did the majority of the work, so I'm going to shut my mouth and let him talk for the remaining minute. Go.
I mean, we love your mouth.
So this is the first time we've gotten to see this cover, which is real exciting for both of us.
Yay!
Yeah, so it's a really beautiful cover, and I'm really excited for it. But as you can tell, the taxi is representative of a character that appeared in a Casey Azell and Marisa Wolf story. A certain luxury taxi driver is being brought back. Devlin Morrison. He's a real fucked up guy, and he's got to do a lot of real fucked up stuff.
Also, real quick,
I waited for 10 minutes. I waited for 10 minutes.
also, one quick note before we leave. I would love for everyone in the room and out in Interland to give my co-author a round of applause for his very first novel. Good job.
Welcome to CKP. We're gonna need a trilogy.
I'll get right on it.
A trilogy to start.
Okay, so campaign needs to go May 10th, so it's coming soon.
It's good.
It's good. There you go.
So good.
Yeah, it's already out to the launch team. Bureau 42, July 12th. Like Kevin said, just waiting for Jonathan Mayberry's. And is there something else that was a late ask?
Something that was forgotten.
What?
So I recently posted on the Merc Guild site on my Facebook page as well. In November this year, there's an anthology coming from MainG Books called The Last Train Out of Kepler 283C.
Hell yeah.
Which is a Western themed anthology. I have the cover art up here. And for the first time, we're going to actually have a crossover with the Four Horsemen universe. So I recently, if what I saw is correct, this is still blows my mind. I have the lead story in this. And it is a Jessica Francis story, which fills in a very important part of what was happening in both the Misfits and On a Cloudy Day. It will tie in directly to Nick Steverson and my stories in Bureau 42, and it sets the stage for what's going to be happening with the future of the Four Horsemen universe, which you're going to find out about tomorrow. And if you've been paying attention to the characters inside that story, will tie up a whole lot just by seeing their names.
Oh, Jessica.
Yeah, we love her.
All right, how about a real quick status of, anybody know what that is?
Rules of engagement.
Rules of engagement.
Or as I call it, the everlasting project.
Still 2 books up front, first 2 people to stand get a book.
One back there.
One there.
Forgot Frank. One more.
One more book? Who wants?
Come on, one right here.
Go right there. There you
No,
go.
she had her hand up first.
All right, so what's going to happen? It is inching forward in progress. Actually, I'm closing up the last what I call super chapters. When I say super chapter, this is a chapter with 35,000 words.
Wow.
There's a few of them in the book. This is the one involving aliens. It's the last one. It also involves heavy research. So we're getting close to the text finish line. Our Casper artist, however, her hard drive had a meltdown.
Oh, it's terrible.
So worst case scenario, she did work in physical media. So we can go and have everything rescanned from scratch. Right now they're trying to salvage the art, but that's where we are. As soon as we get everything put together and it goes to editing and layout, once it's all finished up, when the PDF is ready, those will go immediately out to backers and we'll get the actual physical books going to the printer. The time after that depends on how long the printing queue is.
Thank you.
Hey!
And we'll share it soon, but some of the alien art for this game is phenomenal.
So good.
Okay, any CKP authors that have a book coming that I did not talk about?
I guess Clutch. But,
Oh.
but I mean, that's,
Well, that wasn't clutch to leave out.
Damn it,
Yeah,
Rob.
clutch, yeah. Well, I mean, you've only got one active.
Yeah, that's true.
You had one job.
Hey, we've got another series coming out in the new Mythology. It's a trilogy. Shock, shock, shock. Talk about it, Dave. Since come on up.
Real quick.
I'll do it first.
You got 42 seconds.
42.
Perfect.
Okay, so I'm writing a.
Who are you?
I'm David Allen Jones.
To the camera.
And I am writing a urban fantasy thriller. So it's going to involve magic and FBI agents.
That works.
Okay. So I'd love to take questions, but we're out of time because we have to turn over the room. Feel free to grab me, Rob, anybody else that's in CKP. Come by the table.
Don't physically
Both Rob
touch
and I have tables in the fish bowl.
No actual grab.
No touching.
Come get books.
Really grab.
Lots of books. My office is on the second floor, and I can't carry them all back upstairs.
I'm not shipping mine home, so come get them.
Okay, bye.
You need something else? Okay, Casey's got one more thing. And then
Oh, this is for the internet. Hey, internet, sign up for the new Mythology mailing list, especially if you're a fantasy fan. We got good stuff to give away.
Yes.
Hey, people who are here, because the internet people already know, get on the CKP YouTube page.
Yes.
So you get notified for this shit and you can like enjoy.
subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Thank you, goodbye.
We're gonna have some really cool things coming on the CKP YouTube channel. So please like and subscribe.
Tell your friends.
How about authors reading from their books? We're gonna do a bunch of different things coming up here the rest of this year. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Hey, Jeremy, if you can hear us, we're done.
Bye, Jeremy. We love you.
How are you?
Hi, I'm good.